Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. There's something undeniably magical about discovering treasure in the most unexpected places. Imagine holding history right in the palm of your hand, not in the form of an ancient artifact or buried chest, but a simple coin, a tiny copper disc that's passed through countless pockets and registers. Today, we're about to uncover the fascinating story behind one such coin, the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1964. To most people, a penny might seem insignificant, just a single cent, easily overlooked or dropped without a second thought. But the 1964 Lincoln penny is anything but ordinary. Behind its modest appearance lies a world of intrigue, rarity, and astonishing value that has captured the attention of collectors and coin enthusiasts for decades. The Lincoln cent has been a fixture in American currency since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse, making it the first U.S. coin to depict a real person. Over the years, the design has seen subtle changes, but the iconic image of Lincoln has remained. The 1964 penny, at first glance, seems to blend right in with the millions of others that were struck that year. But not all pennies are created equal, and within the massive number of coins minted, more than 6 billion across Philadelphia and Denver, there exist extremely rare and highly valuable variations that make the 1964 penny one of the most sought after by numismatists. What sets certain 1964 Lincoln pennies apart are subtle but significant minting errors and unique conditions. Doubled Die Obverse are one example. These errors occur when the coin die strikes the planchet more than once with slight misalignment, resulting in a ghostly doubling of letters or numbers. The effect is visible on the date, the word Liberty, or even Lincoln's eye and jawline. Another highly coveted error is the transitional planchet mistake. Some 1964 pennies have reportedly been struck on leftover blanks from earlier years, such as the 95% copper planchets that were being phased out. Additionally, a few coins show incredible preservation, having been kept in pristine condition for over half a century, free from scratches, discoloration, and handling wear. When you combine one of these rare errors with a nearly perfect condition grade, you have a coin that transforms from common currency into a true collector's gem. But beyond the physical attributes of the coin lies its deeper value, its place in the cultural and historical fabric of America. The year 1964 was a turning point in American history. It marked the passage of the Civil Rights Act, the escalation of U.S. involvement in Vietnam, and a time of rapid societal change. Holding a penny from this era is like holding a time-stamped reminder of the challenges and hopes of that generation. The Lincoln penny, bearing the face of a president remembered for his leadership during another national crisis, stands as a quiet tribute to enduring ideals, equality, unity, and resilience. When a coin captures not just a monetary error, but a moment in history, its value becomes something more profound. And this brings us to the heart of today's story, a rare 1964 Lincoln penny, authenticated and graded as one of the highest known examples, with the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and historical significance. This particular coin didn't just sit in a collector's album or a display case. It made headlines in the numismatic world, fetching offers from serious collectors, investors, and auction houses across the country. Its remarkable features made it the star of coin shows and the subject of expert discussion. Eventually, the bidding reached a level that most would never expect for something once worth just 1 cent. The final price tag? An incredible $185,000. That's right, what many might see as just a penny turned out to be a priceless piece of history. So the next time you glance at your change, remember this story. Because you never know when an ordinary coin could reveal an extraordinary secret. Top 2. Imagine this: you're sorting through a handful of change, just another ordinary day. quarters, nickels, dimes, and of course, the familiar copper tone of the Lincoln penny. You barely glance at it before tossing it into the jar. But what if, hidden in that mix of pocket change, was a single coin worth more than the average yearly salary? Today, we're going to uncover the incredible story behind one such coin, the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1966. A coin so small yet so valuable, it could change the way you look at every penny you come across. While most people view pennies as nearly worthless, in the world of coin collecting, even the tiniest variations, errors, or conditions can turn a seemingly mundane coin into an unbelievable treasure. And the 1966 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of that mystery and magic. The Lincoln penny has been circulating in American currency since 1909. That's over a century of history carried in the pockets of generations. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, marking a turning point in American numismatics. By 1966, the penny had already become an icon of American currency. But not all 1966 pennies are the same. While billions were minted that year, some carry rare errors or unique features that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. During the 1960s, the U.S. Mint was under pressure due to a national coin shortage. This led to a few changes in production and quality control. One major factor was the temporary omission of mint marks from coins struck between 1965 and 1967. That means that all 1966 Lincoln pennies, whether minted in Philadelphia or Denver, appear identical at first glance. But hidden among the standard coins are those that were struck with extraordinary flaws, transitional planchets, or preserved in flawless condition, and these are the coins that have captivated collectors worldwide. One of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting is how microscopic imperfections can skyrocket a coin's value. Take, for example, the rare Doubled Die Obverse error. In some 1966 pennies, this error results in the doubling of text such as, "In God We Trust, Liberty," or the date itself. The doubling is usually just visible enough to be spotted by a trained eye or under magnification, but it can make a massive difference in value. Then there's the high-grade, uncirculated examples, coins that somehow survived decades without even the smallest scratch or sign of wear. These are known as mint state coins and are graded on a scale up to 70. A 1966 penny graded MS-67 or higher is extremely rare, and when combined with a unique minting flaw or composition error, the value rises exponentially. What also sets the 1966 Lincoln penny apart is the historical significance of its era. This was a time of deep transformation in the United States. The civil rights movement was reshaping society, the Vietnam War was escalating, and the country was undergoing both political and cultural shifts. A coin minted in this year becomes more than currency. It becomes a tiny metal artifact from one of the most turbulent decades in American history. When you hold a 1966 penny, you're not just holding money, you're holding a slice of that story. It's this mix of rarity, mystery, condition, and context that makes some coins like this so incredibly desirable to collectors and historians alike. And now, we come to the reason you're really here. Among all the millions of 1966 Lincoln pennies, one stood out above the rest. This extraordinary coin, discovered by a dedicated collector and later verified by professional grading services, was not only in near-perfect condition but also featured an ultra-rare strike error that few have ever seen. When this penny went up for auction, it caused a stir in the coin collecting world. Offers came in fast and high from seasoned collectors, investors, and even institutions looking to own a one-of-a-kind piece of numismatic history. After a heated round of bidding, the final hammer came down on a jaw-dropping price. That one tiny penny, once worth just a single cent, sold for an astounding $175,000. So next time you're about to pass over a penny or toss one into a jar, remember this story. Because hidden in plain sight might be a rare piece of American history waiting to be rediscovered. Top 3. Have you ever taken a second look at the coins jingling in your pocket or resting at the bottom of a drawer? Among those overlooked coppers may lie a hidden treasure, one that collectors across the world dream of finding. Let's turn our attention to a coin that might appear plain on the surface but holds astonishing value beneath. None other than the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1972. This is not just a penny, it's a slice of American history that has stunned collectors and enthusiasts with its rarity, mystery, and eye-popping value. Though billions of pennies were minted that year, only a handful are special enough to carry a story worth thousands, sometimes even more. And the 1972 Lincoln penny is one such legend. To understand why this particular coin matters, we have to first go back to what was happening in America during the early 1970s. The country was changing. The Vietnam War was drawing to a close, Watergate was brewing in the background, and inflation was beginning to impact every part of American life, including coin production. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had by now become a familiar face in every American's pocket. But something rare and unusual happened in 1972, something that would give certain pennies from that year a place of honor in numismatic history. That year, the U.S. Mint released a batch of Lincoln cents that contained one of the most dramatic and famous minting errors of all time, the Doubled Die Obverse. Imagine holding a 1972 penny in your hand and looking closely at the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." In some coins, you'd notice a strange doubling of the letters, as if the text had been printed twice but slightly misaligned. This isn't a manufacturing flaw like a scratch or nick. This is an error made during the die creation process itself, where the design was improperly transferred onto the coin. This creates a bold, visible doubling that's immediately recognizable to trained collectors and even to curious observers who know what to look for. The most well-known version of this error, dubbed 1972 Doubled Die Obverse DDO Variety 1, is not only rare but heavily sought after. But even among those error coins, condition is everything. The truly valuable 1972 Lincoln pennies are those that combine rarity with pristine preservation. These are coins that somehow escaped the fate of circulation: no wear, no scratches, no discoloration. They were either saved as part of a mint set or tucked away by someone who recognized their potential long before the market caught on. When graded by professionals, these coins can reach incredible mint state levels, MS65, MS66, or even higher. Such a grade signals to collectors that the coin is virtually untouched by time, adding massive value to an already rare specimen. Combine that with the visual impact of a bold doubling error, and you've got a coin worthy of headlines. What makes the 1972 Doubled Die penny even more fascinating is the sheer passion it sparks in the collector community. Some spend years searching through rolls of pennies just to find one. Others pay top dollar at auctions for certified examples, knowing that these coins don't just represent a minting error, they represent a moment, a quirk in history, a blink in time when something went slightly off course, producing a lasting relic of that moment. It's not just the doubling that adds value, it's the story behind it. Every serious collector dreams of finding one of these gems in their change or acquiring one before the prices rise even further. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. A few of these coins have fetched truly staggering sums at auctions. And among them, one particular 1972 Lincoln penny, certified with an exceptional double die strike and preserved in near-perfect mint condition, recently captured the attention of collectors worldwide. After fierce bidding and intense competition from top numismatists, this extraordinary penny sold for an incredible $155,000. That's right, one small copper coin, originally worth just a single cent, turned into a six-figure treasure. It's a perfect reminder that sometimes the most ordinary objects can hold the most extraordinary value. So before you toss aside that old penny, take a closer look. You might be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 4. Have you ever found a coin in your pocket and wondered if it might be worth more than its face value? What if I told you that a simple, everyday penny, something most of us ignore or toss into a jar, could actually be worth a small fortune? We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1975. A coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but in the world of numismatics, it's anything but. What makes this coin special? Why is it so sought after by collectors? And how could it possibly command a value that leaves people speechless? Let's unravel the mystery of the 1975 Lincoln penny, a hidden gem in American coinage. The Lincoln cent has a rich legacy in the history of U.S. currency. First issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than symbolic imagery. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin carried Lincoln's profile on the obverse and 2 wheat ears on the reverse until 1959, when it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial. By 1975, the Lincoln Memorial design had been in use for over 15 years, and billions of pennies were being minted each year. So why is the 1975 penny so intriguing? To the average person, a 1975 penny may appear just like any other from the era, copper in color, worn from circulation, often found stuck between couch cushions or jingling in a pocket. But hidden among the countless coins produced that year are a very small number of 1975 Lincoln cents that stand out due to their condition, minting anomalies, and rarity. Mint errors like off-center strikes, doubled dies, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchets are what turn a regular coin into a collector's dream. And yes, 1975 had its fair share of striking anomalies that numismatists are always on the hunt for. Some 1975 Lincoln cents are known to have strong doubling on the obverse, particularly in the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust. This kind of doubling, known as a doubled die, happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or used improperly during production, creating a dramatic and visually striking effect. Coins with this error can fetch much higher prices than their error-free counterparts, especially when preserved in mint state condition. Then there's the issue of metal content. While most 1975 Lincoln cents were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, transitional errors or test strikes using different planchets can occasionally make their way into circulation, leading to rare varieties worth investigating. But let's talk condition, because that's where true value lies. A penny found in your spare change may show signs of wear, nicks, scratches, fading. But an uncirculated or mint state 1975 penny is something else entirely. These coins, especially those graded MS65 or higher, shine with their original luster and detail. They look almost brand new, as if they were struck yesterday. These are the coins that command attention at auctions and stir excitement among collectors. Only a small number of 1975 pennies exist in such pristine condition, which drives up demand and, by extension, their market value. Now imagine holding one of these rare, nearly flawless 1975 Lincoln pennies in your hand. You're not just holding a piece of copper, you're holding history, craftsmanship, and an artifact that has outlived generations. Every scratch-free surface, every sharp letter, every perfectly struck image of Lincoln's profile tells a story. And for serious collectors, that story is worth more than just admiration, it's worth real money. In recent years, the numismatic market has seen a surge in the value of rare Lincoln cents, and certain examples from 1975 have stood out in both private sales and public auctions. One exceptional specimen, a 1975 Lincoln penny with a highly sought-after mint error and impeccable grading, shocked the coin collecting world when it sold for an astonishing $140,000. Yes, that's right. A single cent, originally intended to be worth just 1 penny, was sold for $140,000. It's the ultimate reminder that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or rare jewels. Sometimes, it's sitting quietly in your coin jar, waiting to be discovered. Top 5. Imagine this. You're walking down the street and spot a penny lying on the pavement. Most of us wouldn't even bother to pick it up. After all, what's a single cent worth these days? But what if I told you that one specific penny from the year 1977, yes, the humble Lincoln 1-cent coin, could be worth a jaw-dropping fortune? A coin that millions of Americans have held in their hands, tossed into vending machines, or tucked away in old piggy banks could actually be one of the rarest and most valuable in your entire collection. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of the 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin with an unassuming appearance but a story that's truly electrifying for collectors and history buffs alike. The Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on his 100th birthday, this coin quickly became a staple of American currency. Its design has changed only slightly over the years, yet certain dates and varieties have developed almost mythical reputations. The 1977 Lincoln penny is one of those coins, often overlooked, but full of hidden potential. It was minted during a time when the U.S. economy was going through significant changes, and even subtle differences in a coin's production could give birth to an extremely rare piece. What makes the 1977 penny so special isn't just its age or the fact that it features one of America's most iconic presidents. It's the rare errors, anomalies, and pristine conditions in which some of these coins have survived. While billions of Lincoln cents were minted that year, only a handful have emerged with qualities that make collectors' hearts race. Some were struck using misaligned dies, creating what's known as an off-center strike. Others feature doubling in the inscriptions, especially in the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, a mistake that occurs during the minting process and results in what collectors call a doubled die. These coins are not just mistakes, they're treasures. One of the most fascinating aspects of rare 1977 pennies lies in their condition. Think about it. How many coins from the 1970s have survived in perfect, mint-state condition? Most of them have been worn down by decades of circulation. The real gems are those that were never spent, those that somehow remained untouched, preserved with every detail sharp and every line crisp. Coins that have been professionally graded MS-65 or higher are rare, and when combined with minting errors or unique varieties, they become exponentially more valuable. Then there's the mystery of transitional errors. These occur when the U.S. Mint transitions between different materials or designs. While the standard composition for 1977 Lincoln cents was 95% copper and 5% zinc, any deviation from that, intentional or not, can lead to a highly collectible and valuable coin. Whether due to experimental planchets or misused dies, these rare combinations are like winning lottery tickets in the coin collecting world. And believe it or not, some of these incredibly scarce 1977 Lincoln cents are still out there, possibly hiding in someone's pocket change or sitting unnoticed in a drawer. Collectors and numismatists alike are constantly on the hunt for these hidden treasures. They pore through rolls of coins from the bank, attend estate sales, and scan online listings, all hoping to stumble upon the next great discovery. The beauty of coin collecting is that it blends history, art, and a touch of adventure. Every coin is a time capsule, and every rare find is a reminder that something small can carry incredible value. And when it comes to value, some 1977 Lincoln pennies have stunned the market. One exceptionally rare example, due to a combination of mint-state preservation and a unique error during production, has been sold for an astounding $130,000. Yes, you heard that right. What was once a single cent, likely minted for everyday use, turned into a six-figure treasure. It's moments like these that make the world of coin collecting so thrilling. So, the next time you come across an old penny, don't ignore it. Examine it closely. It just might be one of the most valuable coins you'll ever hold.